Peace and prosperity be unto all who's listening and watching. It's your girl LaShaWright, and I'm back with another video. And I just want to say, guys, if you see yourself falling off track, right? Not on schedule, not being consistent, not doing the things you normally do. If you see yourself falling into states of like depression or anxiety or being overworked, going through these burnouts, getting in a state of lower subconsciousness where you feel lost or don't feel yourself, you have to get to the place where get to a really conscious place of identifying what's really going on with you internally. Then you have to identify the events that cause you to completely get out of tune with the consciousness of the present moment and what is happening to you subconsciously because of this, right? And you have to take the appropriate steps, but you have to figure out what caused you to fall in such a state. Like me, I fall into certain patterns of inconsistency, being really hard on myself and not really seeing the results I want. So I fall into a pattern of inconsistency, not being as consistent as I normally am, simply because I feel limited in many aspects, and then I feel I have certain advantages, and then I feel, but they're all feeling, you know. And when you rely on feeling and not logic, you often put yourself in a dilemma to lose yourself. So what you have to do to get back on track is acknowledge what happened, right? The event, whatever took place, and what did you learn from the event? Like, what did it do to you? How did it make you feel? What lessons did you get out of this? Okay? Or maybe it could be maybe sort of habits, patterns, things you may have done. It could be a way that you feel about yourself. It can even be something that you've done that didn't turn out the way you expect. Our expectations often lead us to disappointment, whether it's the expectations of others or the expectations of ourselves. We often fall into this dilemma of doubt in all aspects, and life is not going to completely go to the course we want it to do just because we make plans and decisions, point A, point B. And just because we make decisions doesn't mean our process is going to align with everything we set out to do, right? You can get everything on your list marked off, but that doesn't mean that you'll go the route that you expect to go just because you made plans. Plans change and directions alter and egos get dismantled in the ruckus. And I want you guys to come back to a place of fully taking accountability for why you are losing consistency, right? I became a best-selling author in February, and that's when I really started to lose my consistency. When I achieved my big goal, when I achieved one of my goals on my list, and when I realized my goal wasn't exactly what I expected, I started to fall in the state of inconsistency. Not because I was going to take what I want for granted, but because it wasn't what I exactly expected. So I got best-selling author, but it wasn't what I expected, because I expected more, and because I worked so hard for the past 7 years of being an entrepreneur, but the past 5-6 years being an author, yeah, it put a little bit of disappointment in me. But I'm back at it, and I'm getting back consistent. But what I'm saying is, guys, get back on track. Rethink your vision, right? Why you do it, who you do it for, what it means to you, where you want it to go, right? It's important. Our plans are important as well as our vision and purpose. But you got to have a thorough meaning behind everything, right? A deeper meaning to things. We'll keep those foundations intact even when things fall apart. Plans fail, but visions don't. Purposes maintain if you still believe in them. And your hope is everlasting as long as you have faith in yourself, your ideas, and the things you know. You can't get mad at yourself for the things you don't know. Only the things that you do not intend to learn, right? If we keep ourselves in a constant position of constantly growing, then we never have to be mad at ourselves for not knowing. things happen when they're supposed to, and we often beat ourselves up about it. Times are pretty tough, and once you take an accountability for why you are falling inconsistent in your life, like I'm inconsistent here lately, but I can be consistent because I'm a very consistent person. But then I was disappointed for a little while, and that disappointment led to something else, led to changes in my behavior, thoughts about what I'm doing. Maybe I should do something different. Thoughts of, it's taking so long, you know? But the reality of it is, you got to continue going on. You can't give up. And you got to figure out what's making you fall out of your consistency. What's pushing you away from your purpose, pushing you away from your dreams, pushing you away from whatever it is that you desire. Because we all have those ups and downs, you know. We learn from them. We evaluate ourselves. We get those lessons. And we come back 100-fold, 1,000 times better than before. Without it, we wouldn't be ourselves. We wouldn't be great. We wouldn't be the best we can be. So, learn the lesson. Stop being so hard on yourself. We all fall short somehow. Sometimes, even when we do certain things and we achieve certain goals, sometimes what we achieve is not exactly what we expect. We expect so much more, and sometimes it's so little, right? And it could be big, but it may not be big in the way we expect it to be, right? Sometimes our expectations often can defeat us. But if we leave our minds open, leave us in a room for infinite amount of growth, infinite amount of possibilities, then there's no room for being disappointed. No room for being defeated by our own disappointment or the expectations of disappointment from other people, right? Put yourself in a better place. We often put ourselves in dilemmas that lead us to sadness, often lead us to self-destruction, often lead us to confusion, and then we destroy ourselves. So, guys, I am promoting some microphone sets for Amazon. You guys, if you're interested in buying some studio equipment, it will be in the comments down below. Since I am doing affiliate marketing, you should definitely join too.